Good morning, guys. On today's tech tip of the week, we're going to talk about CVT, which stands for constantly variable transmission. And these are the three key components of a CVT. It's its clutches: the primary clutch, secondary clutch, and the drive belt. Um, I'm just going to give you a few quick and easy things that you can do to try and increase the life of your clutches and your belts. As far as your primary goes, which sits on your engine, it's attached to the crankshaft and it spins all the time. It has a center bearing here where the belt rides, which when you're sitting at an idle, the secondary, your belt's not turning your secondary. It all sits still until you give it RPMs, and the primary clamps down on your belt, and then which in turn drives your secondary clutch and moves the unit. Keeping these clean is it's a way to make them last long, because you see a lot. They have bushings and weights and springs and all kinds of stuff that's in there riding on aluminum. This bearing, like I said, it spins pretty fast all the time, and just pulling your cover off and blowing out the clutches from time to time will really help make all this stuff last. Just because there's no filter on the housing of the clutches. It just, I mean, it you're allowed to keep big. It's little filter on there that keeps big stuff out of there, but you don't keep the dust. The dust just sucks right in, and that's just, they do that just so it doesn't restrict the airflow at all, so it keeps it cool. So keeping it clean, blowing it out constantly as much as you can, and you're not going to hurt it by blowing it out too much if it's pretty accessible. Using your transmission the way it's supposed to. So if you're going at low speeds for long periods of time, put it in low. If you're going up an incline, put it in low. They say anything below 20 miles an hour consistently for a long period of time, and especially uphill, put it in low. That'll reduce the heat on your clutches. These are aluminum, they're metal with composite materials in them. It has bushing materials, it has all this stuff, but you don't, and then bearings that never get greased. So you don't want these getting super hot, and then you're just taking life away from them. So if you're going slow, put it in low. It's not going to hurt anything to have your RPMs up higher, and that's what actually reduces the heat and the friction and everything on all these parts. If you're in cruising at high speeds for a long period of time, don't just hold it maxed out forever. Your heat, increases each second that you have it pinned. So kind of let off of it, come back down to a lower speed, then go back up and move your speed up and down. So that, keep your speed, use the transmission the way you're supposed to, pull the cover off, blow it off from time to time, and your clutches and belt will last a lot longer. You can visually inspect your belt. If you ever see chunks or cracks or anything, any dark shiny spots on the sides, any delaminating where it's coming apart, your belt needs to be replaced. So you don't want to be out on the trail and it just completely come apart on you. Yeah, that's a couple easy tips to help your clutches last a little bit longer, and you don't get stranded or end up changing a belt out on the trail. Some of these belts are really hard to get to. So that'd be all for today. And if you want to give us some ideas for some tech tips that you want to hear, comment below, and like, subscribe, and follow us on Facebook, Instagram. Thank you. Come by and see us if you need anything.